Hello. So when it came to Silent Line, there were a lot of interesting designs over there. But there were two in particular that I friggin' loved, because their whole concept was let's just slap as many guns on this thing and call it a day. And so these were the two in particular that really stuck out. And it's kind of funny because, yeah, I joke all the time that Hook, the AC on the right here, basically got killed off for no reason. Although I kind of got proven earlier, but proven wrong earlier, but generally speaking, he is ridiculously overprepared for Silent Line. Generally speaking, like if you had an 800 MG, you were fine. If you had a grenade launcher, you were fine. If you had EOs, you were fine, and he's just got all three right there. But yeah, he just ends up getting overwhelmed and taken out. Timetable, on the other hand, is a lighter weight one. Similar thing, crap ton of guns on it. Not a big fan of the missiles that she uses. Their trajectory is kind of bizarre. It does kind of this weird vertical arc, which doesn't really work too hot for small missiles because they can't afford to miss. But at any rate, chain gun, different kinds of missiles all over the place. Got the EOs too, and it's got this weird kind of like blowback design on it. Either way, these were my two favorites. Figured what the hell, let's see what happens if they actually ended up fighting each other at any point.
Test match. Single mode. Stand by.
Yeah, if anything, Timetable should have been killed off at the satellite. They both visit it. They both have very similar build philosophies. She's more about long range and just generally keeping incoming damage to a minimum while just kind of throwing whatever out there. He's more about running straight ahead and just firing everything, which you can kind of tell here. And yeah, she makes it just fine. He gets himself killed. Kinda sucks. Well, kinda looks like he's winning it so far. Thing is, there's really no running either one of these guys out of ammo. They're both very well prepared. So in these close quarters, he's got a pretty huge advantage, but he can't actually land his missiles. So that's kind of one mercy going for her. Because those extensions completely dud out these things most of the time. Actually, the first time I've seen him hit with them, and I've done a few tests of this. Well, that's unfortunate. That was very one-sided. Alright, another retry. Let's go for another map. Again, as usual, best 3 out of 5. Pretty much random maps. So as long as there's no benefit to either AI, no one can really be considered cheating. Nope. I guess I should probably change this one to... Don't want him fighting Shatter after all. Alright, round 2. Yeah, another one that's definitely gonna advantage him. Although, you know, that being said, there's also more opportunities for him to get stuck. Nah, looks like he's not getting stuck much. And she's got a pretty big turning advantage on him, that's for sure. Kind of better at attacking, at, hit and run kind of maneuvers. She couldn't escape it. Yeah, this is definitely going to rotation. And she can't dud out that missile, but luckily it hit the pillar. By the way, I'm not really sure who decided that this map was a great idea. There's so many little viewing gaps here that they'll just pretty much fire whatever because they technically have a red lock. So she's happily firing straight into the wall there. And if she used the chain gun, she'd be fine. For some reason, she doesn't want to quite do that. And yeah, fighting other things, she seemed more willing to just walk around and use her chain gun, but it seems like she's a little bit afraid to do that while trying to dodge. Getting her kind of hit and run game going here. I'm really rooting for Timetable though. Kind of the underdog here. Although this might be Rotation's first win if he gets it. What are you doing? He's just rocketing away. There's not much she can do about the 800 MG. She's just simply outgunned as soon as that thing comes out. I mean, his main weakness is ease of overheating, but can't really get a good beat on him to do that. Alright, second one to rotation.
Test match. Single mode. Stand
Yeah, she's in trouble. In a lot of trouble. This map is gonna squash her for sure. Watch the carnage from his angle. For that matter, let's go long range view on this. She's kind of doing hit and runs with EOs. Yeah. Doesn't really have the means of getting away. And overheated, and empty. He's toast. Oh, that's a shame. I hope that'd be more of a fight. I think we'll do one extra round here because I'm curious to see how they both perform on the military district map. See if she can pull back at least one win here. Go. District. Wrong button. Yeah, I hope that's not carrying through. Somebody is slamming their door like a crazy person. Making the whole building shake.
Test match. Single mode. Stand ready. Go.
Come on, Timetable. Got this. Yeah, as far as his heat output, normally you'd have his howitzer. It's not quite as beastly as this grenade thing, but it's pretty close. It's close enough to count it as an exchange. Unfortunately, his usual left arm weapon does not exist in this, and he mostly uses it for stuns and heat. Yeah, it seems like she's doing a little better, but he's pretty much got counters for everything of hers. taking the heat from the missiles, because you gotta counter that. He's attacking way too often to actually get hit by the chain gun, and the EOs are about all that he actually can't do anything against. He doesn't even have to bother to dodge, frankly. I mean, she's got counters to his larges, but that's it. And the rockets she can sort of hit and run around. The MG she can't do much about, because again, it's just everywhere. The grenade rifle also, it's got a pretty decent amount of splash damage, which the original howitzer did too. Those back weapons she can sorta get around. There we go. He just now ran out of extensions, so maybe she can pull it back. It's not looking like it though. I don't want to use those missiles for some reason. Oh yeah, and he's even got his core blocking missiles for him. He's all about that anti-missile. Well, that's a darn shame. There you go. It's almost like the anti-missile thing is a direct counter to the missile thing. Probably shouldn't know it. Either way, was curious to find out what would happen. Let me know if you have any questions on, other stuff you want to see.